I'm trying to reach for my glasses. This your girl, BBW. I know you guys don't really care for the dark lives and stuff like that, but I done came in and got settled in for the night, and I did not want to put, you know, no makeup and wigs and all of that stuff on. I've had my shower and stuff, and yeah, but I came in. First of all, let me just say thank you to everybody that has been watching my lives. I appreciate you guys so much, as always. And I know I say it on every live because I mean it. Every time I see the numbers, whether it's this number, or that number, I say, Lord, I thank you. Okay? Um, it's a blessing to have people come over and watch, you uh, watch your lives and stuff like that. Um, yeah, that's a blessing. I know some people, they like to let you know, well, you don't get this many people and you don't get that many people and this ain't being done and that ain't being done. Well, you know what? You just got to show God that you're thankful. Okay? See, if you can be thankful for the small things, you show him that when he bless you with the bigger things, you'll be even more thankful. Okay? And not that I just do it just for that reason, but I'm thankful because you don't, you could be watching somebody else. The few that do watch me, they could be watching somebody else. So I am thankful and I am grateful for those of you who come over and watch, those of you who come into the live, those of you who interact in the lives and stuff with me. I am thankful for that. So I do mean it. I am your hostess, Krista. Thank you to all the new subscribers. Thank you guys for coming over and hitting that subscribe button. And just know my pledge to you after you hit that subscribe button is that I promise to entertain you. And if for some reason you feel like you are not being entertained, I'm going to go ahead and ask that you tap me on my shoulder, whichever one you want, and let me know. And we'll add a little lighter fluid to that thing and fire it up. Okay? I know there's people out here who's imitating um, that I do say that. Again, that just shows a sign of jealousy. Okay? Um, why don't you take the time out? Those of you who want to sit there and have so much to say about it, why don't you take the time out to develop yourself some type of little slogan or something for yourself and for your channel? Hey, Jeff. Yeah, it's just a dark life, Jeff. Yeah. So why don't you take that time out to create yourself a nice little slogan, something that people will, remember you by. Or if they hear those phrases, they'll automatically say, ah, this person always say that. Or, oh, I like when I hear that. You know, yeah, why don't you do that for yourself? Okay. So, also, I wanted, before I forget, I do have a challenge that's coming up. Hey, Reagan. Jesus loves me, loves you. Yes, and I love him too. Um, I just want to say also, I do have a challenge that's coming up on August the 4th. And I'm going to ask that if you have not watched that video, it's just a short video describing what it is and um, what are your opinion of people who are just mean spirited to those who are kind by default? We'll have to talk about that one day. Yeah. Perhaps if you stick around in this video, you might find out how I feel about that. So yeah, so I'm just gonna ask that you guys would watch that video. It's about 5 or 6 minutes. I don't like to take up a lot of your time. And all that would like to participate in the video, in the challenge, is more than welcome to do so. Okay. I just think that it's so appropriate for my channel. Now, if it's not appropriate for your channel or for whatever else, remember this is what's being done on my channel. Okay, it's what I do over here. Okay, all right. Um, yeah, and it's the type of fun that I would like to see over here on my channel. Okay, if somebody would like to participate. Okay, so now I'm gonna get back into dark matter. Okay, thank you, Paul. So now I'm gonna get into the reason that I kind of came on and fired up this live. On today, I did a video to Lolo addressing her coming back at me. Um, so I did a video back to her. Um, Stomp Down watched the video. I take it he watched it. So he left a comment that he was going to be talking about it on his channel today. Under there, Lolo left a message that she would like to, I guess, tell her part of it or something she had left up underneath his comment. So I went over and watched her video. I went over and watched Stomp Down's video. And she did come up on the panel and tell her truth, I guess. I'm not sure where this lady is getting her information. I hear she has a history of cancer. Okay. And I'm not making fun of her. I'm not saying anything about her in that manner to pick at her or anything like that. But I do know that people with cancer or um, who, with cancer usually, they have sometime what is known as cancer brain, where they say that sometimes their thoughts are not exactly what. Hey, Skillet. Hey, Krista. You become one of my guilty pleasures. I love your style. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Skillet. You have a couple of people's guilty pleasures. I get it. I have people that's my guilty pleasures too. Thank you, though. Thank you, sis. It's always a pleasure to see you. um, yeah. So they have that where sometimes the thought pattern can be a little jigsaw. It can be a little gibberish. Okay, a little wavy. Okay, is what I like to call it. Meaning it don't necessarily mean that it is what it is. Okay. Hey, Jerome. Hey, baby. Welcome. So I try to keep that in mind. I don't know if she's currently going through something. I believe she said God came in and touched her body and healed her. That's what I believe she said to me. So I'm listening to her over there on Stomp Down. Now, he's asking her questions about what happened between her and I and how did we get to where we are right now. So she supposedly was giving her version of what happened. And again, the thought was all over the place. And it was like, what? What? What are you talk? What just happened? Hey, Kentor. So I'm listening to her and I'm listening to his live. And so I left him a message and stuff. And, I let him know that I did, I'm sorry I wasn't there. I was out doing some other things. And then I was reminded that I never, you know, announced about the challenge. One of my other friends that I had talked to about it. Um, I was like, oh my God. I said, I really forgot all about it. And I've just been having so much other stuff going on. I said, I haven't even talked to none of the people about it. And so he was like, well, you said you wanted to do it 3 weeks, prior. And I'm like, yes, yes, yes. I said, you know what? I am getting ready to right now. do this because I know once I get home, there's no telling what's going to be going on and what video or something I'm going to get wrapped up in. And before you know it, my mind been and forgot all about this and it'll be here and it'll be a day away, you know. I said, so I'm just going to do the video right now. So I took a few minutes out of what I was doing and did the video. So once I got home and, excuse me, y'all, got relaxed. I don't know, something about having that shower at night, y'all. I'll be ready to go to bed, okay, y'all. That hot water just relaxes me, okay? The candles and all that stuff, the music, I'm usually all set. I'm ready to just cover up, okay? So excuse me for yawning. I'm not trying to be rude. But I was listening to her over there give her opinion about what happened and what went on between us. And Stone, he was trying to follow her. But here's the thing, it's hard to follow a lie, okay? Because, see, when you tell one lie, you got to tell another lie to cover up for the other lie that you told. And with a lie, you don't usually, hey, Teen Spirit, you can't remember a lie because it's a lie, okay? The truth is going to be right there. So I'm listening to her talk all over the place as if what she's saying is truth. And I'm looking at the people, commenting and, he was sharing, highlighting some of the comments and stuff. And people were, of course, they had nasty things to say about me. And that's fine. That's fine. That's your opinion. Um, but if you have that opinion, if you have your opinion about me, you should know what I think of you. That's all I'm gonna say. Um, so I'm listening to her as she's talking, and I'm saying, none of that happened like that. None of that happened in that order like that. And whatever I do here online is my business. And then she even took the whole trucker thing that I said that I do. She's saying that I'm out here making money doing this. I don't remember telling nobody I was making money doing that. That's not true. There is a trucking community out here. They have a platform no different than anybody else here on YouTube that has a platform. They can fire up their StreamYard, no different than I can, you can, and anybody else on here can. And they can have panels, and we can all be up on their panel laughing and talking, no different than we're on somebody else's panel. That's what I made clear that that's what I do. Hey, Dovey, hello. That's what I said that I do. You don't have a right, Lolo, to go around here and just lie on me. You don't have a right to go around here and just downright tell lies on me. That's why we are where we are today. You and I did not have a problem with each other. You've seen me a couple of times on different panels. You said hello. You talked about your hair. You talked about the red color. You asked me what did I think of the color of your hair. I told you, hey, we both redhead. I like it. Different things like that. We were up on Shakim's one day. We were laughing and talking. You told me you wanted to get in touch with me. That was the second twice time you said that. And I left you my phone number in the back. We exchanged phone numbers. We talked about some other things. You told me what it was that you wanted to do with me. You said, I want to do a late night show with you. And I said, oh, okay, my kind of stuff. Okay. Now, when we talk about who's uncomfortable and who's not uncomfortable, don't sit here and act like you are some type of, I don't know, virgin or something on here, when the first thing out of your mouth that made me feel awfully, awfully uncomfortable was you was asking Shakeem how come he don't like to suck on a woman's private part, and that you wanted the answers to it. And I was just sitting there like, whoa, what just happened? Lola wants to and get along, gang. So she chose you to beef with. Okay. Somebody else stated that to me too, Dovey. Somebody else had a long conversation with me today. Thank you. hmm Um, that was your first conversation. And I was like, whoa, okay, this lady. See, when I talk about sexual stuff, I don't talk about it like just it's a way, okay? Now whether you like the way I do it or whether you don't, you and your friends, that's on you. Because I don't really think you guys even really heard me talk about it. But when I do talk about it, it's more classy. It's not trashy at all. Right. She just did straight trash, and then she's like, "Oh, well, I know he don't want to do it on some woman that didn't had 5 kids," and just the way she was talking about it, and I was just like, "Ooh, child, not me. I'm not gonna do anything with you." I said I kept it to myself, and I just said if you ever asked me, I would just let you know that I was busy, and that's all, plain and simple. For her be an older woman, she should know what to say and what not to say and what order to say it. Yes, Dovey. So that happened. We enjoyed ourselves up on the panel. We talked about the whole job thing. You, you know, okay. Then, for whatever reason, Leo was having a panel talking about the whole me and TC thing. You then got up on the panel. You were not invited to come up and give your opinion. Nobody said, "Hey, Lolo, come up here." You just volunteered. You seen an open spot. You pushed a button. And just like Leo and Sean had welcomed everybody else, you were also welcome to come up on the panel. And that's what you did. When you came up on the panel, the first thing out of your mouth was a lie about me. The first thing out of your mouth was, well, Krista needs to stop calling TC. She's calling her and everything, but yet she's out here saying she's traumatized and she's devastated and she's this and that. And you went on from there and you stirred in some other stuff. And on top of that, you and a couple of other people, y'all gave y'all opinion and y'all said how much y'all just don't like me and this, that, and the other thing, to the point where Leo let it be known, okay, just Krista, if you watch this is their opinion. It's not my opinion, blah, blah, blah. And I knew where she was coming from, and I appreciate her for that. But you went on and on. So the only thing I did was I did a video to you. And I said, Lolo, don't lie on me. You and your friend don't have a right to lie on me. You can tell the truth, but you don't have to lie on me. Now, that person is being one of the biggest cowards out here, mainly because that person knows exactly what they have done out here in these streets. They know the words that have come out of their mouth. They know their situation, okay? They know what's going on with them. Hey, TNT baby. They know exactly what's going on with them. So they're using their friends to come out here and speak for them. They're going around having their friends to put out here that they're going to put charges and stuff on me and my friends. For what? What did we do? So, with that being said, because that coward won't come out here and talk for themselves because, hey, that's their way, I guess, of dealing with things. Because they're a coward and they're a liar. And that way they can say, I didn't say that. See, if somebody is out here lying on you, a real person would do exactly what I did. Would do exactly what I did. Hey, excuse me. Why are you lying on me? I didn't do that. I didn't say that. That's what a person will do. And if you think everybody out here is that crazy, whether they say it or not, because probably they don't like me and they could care less. But if you think everybody is crazy to think that Krista must be lying on this person, and this person is just so sweet and kind that she just don't want to come out here and speak up for herself because she never speaks up for herself. Hey, Muffy, you got another thing coming, honey. People know the truth. Okay, Lolo? You know the truth too, Lolo. You ain't that crazy. You ain't that dumb. Okay? You know exactly what's going on, Lolo. Let's not do that. Let's not play that game. If you don't agree with the way that I talked about the situation I was in, just don't agree with it and stay out of it. There's things that you do that I don't like or I think is unfair. I stay out of it. It's none of my business. I'm not going to sit here and lie on you, though. Let me tell you something about a lie. A lie don't care who tell it. Just let it be known. They don't care who tell it. Mm-mm. I'll tell you something else about a lie. Um, it's called karma. Yeah. Mm-hmm. You got to be careful what's going to come at you for telling that lie on me, Lolo. Because you know the stuff that you have said about me is untrue. You already know that. So, after you left that panel and you seen my video that I put up, and I said, I called that person one time. They didn't answer their phone, so then I text them one time. And I said the only reason that I did that was because I was hearing from their friends that there was going to be some sort of legal matter. Hey, real Mama Fifi. Hey, that there was going to be some type of legal matter. So what do? I went and talked to my lawyer and I let him know what was going on. And I downloaded and I snatched every video that I needed to. I had people that also was good friends of mine and that was looking out for me, and they knew I was somewhere else and something else was going on. They was screenshotting, they was snatching videos, they was taking down names, they was doing their part too. And I took all of that to my lawyer and I let him know this is what's going on. Okay? Yeah. Because her friends put that out here. That she had two police agencies and she was going to put charges and they're going to take down people's YouTube channels and yeah, these are her friends. So I let it be known this is what your friends are saying. Okay? I did a video about it. You've been using your friends all this time. So I don't know if what your friends are saying is true or if it's a lie. But whether it's true or a lie, I'm prepared. Okay? I'm prepared, whichever way you go. Now, one of her friends came out and said she's no longer going forward with these things. She's dropping the charges. She's dropping the charges. She want everything to just go away. Again, I don't know if this is true. I don't know if it's not true. I don't know anything. So, seeing that it was her situation, what I did was I first reached out to the friend that let that be known. The friend said, well, TC is saying this and saying that. I said, okay. That's fine, but I know my lawyer. He's going to want to know, did I talk to her? Did me and her have this understanding? Was this clear between me and her? We know she's using her friends, but is this something that she is also saying? So that we can know what we need to do over here on this side. Okay? That person didn't feel comfortable with talking to me like that. She preferred to just do a video. In the process, I knew I had to go and meet with my lawyer at 9 o'clock, and I had to be up out my house at 8. So I let the friend at the time know that was to her, that also put it out here that she was dropping charges. I let them know, and then I called TC and I let TC know. I unblocked your number for this reason only. I hear you were making charges and then you were dropping charges. I needed to talk to you to make sure where we are with this thing. However, I worded it to her. I called her once about that manner, and I texted her once because it went straight to voicemail. Okay. And let it be known that I blocked TC from all my stuff originally first. TC was constantly getting in touch with me in every way she could. And I blocked her on everything. I even took some of the apps off my phone so that she could no longer contact me. And the only thing I asked you, Lolo, was, did TC show you or tell you how many times it was? Because you're just saying I kept calling. She keeps calling her. She keep on calling her. That's what you kept saying, meaning that I did it more than once. And I said, and even if that did happen, that you felt you talking to her, you had my phone number. You could have said, called me up and said, Krista, why are you contacting TC numerous of times and texting her like that when you're saying that you were devastated and you got all these other stuff going on? Stop call. Maybe you should stop calling her. You never said that, Lolo. What you said was up underneath my message, up underneath my video, when you seen I had did that video, you said, Krista, I don't have a problem with you. Again, you told a lie. See, somewhere you're lying. You said you don't have a problem with me, but yet you told Stomp today that you had a problem with me and all this other stuff. You said, Krista, I don't have a problem with you. So I'm like, okay, then if you don't have a problem with me, then why are you lying on me? That don't make sense. So then here comes Nesco's on her panel. Before you can even get there, Ness is already, ooh, yeah. And Lolo, I see Krista's going after you and this, that, and the other thing and all of this stuff. See, Ness is pushing you out to the forefront because she has nobody else to push out there. Ooh, get some of this heat off of me. Get some of this off of me. Lolo, go out there. Get her. Get her. See, she trying to hide behind you and pushing your slow ass out there. Go get her. Go get her. Go. Go. And here you go. Oh, I'll go. The roof, the roof, the roof, the roof. The roof, the roof. Hey, I'm not afraid of you, Krista. With your zip-on wigs and your this and that. And this and that and that and this. And I'm like, look at this slow wench. What is going on? And I didn't do nothing to you. And it took J Don to say, Lolo. You're coming at me for no reason with your zip-on wigs. Who you think you are? You're saying all this stupid stuff. And J Don told you, no, Lolo, that's not what happened. You went over there and inserted yourself somewhere. And she said you told a lie on her. You inserted yourself. No, your friend called you. Hey, Jackson, baby, what's going on? No, your friend called you. See, your friend was okay when I told my truth. And let's just make one thing clear, Lolo. I never ever called her a hermaphrodite. I never called her that. I said what I seen down there. And I also expressed how I felt when I seen what I seen. That's my truth. Okay? You wasn't there. And you can't tell me how to feel. That's not your place. You're entitled to your feelings and I'm entitled to mine. Okay? I feel how I feel. You feel how you feel. From what I'm gathering from you, you're used to seeing certain things. Okay? Okay. I'm not. I'm not. Yes, I've been in the nursing field a long time. Yes, I have had a patient that was that way. However, it was not like that. Okay? That was different. And maybe that was so different because many reasons. You have to remember this is somebody I didn't gave my address to. This is somebody that has been all in and out of all my family business with me. I've shared a lot of personal things with this person. My body parts was never one of them, except a couple times my boobs. Okay? So, with all that being said, now this person has presented to me something that I'm not willing to go forward with. I'm uncomfortable. I don't like it. It's not what I was expecting. So I started weaning myself away from that person, Lolo. Okay? That's my choice to do so. Like I said, if you feel so much sympathy for that person and seeing that you're an expert at these type of situations, why don't you go over there and tell her, hey, let's take our friendship to another level. I would like to do a little something with that thing down there and have you do a little something with my thing over here. Instead of you inviting me, Lolo, to your D, see, you invited me to your D. And that's why I said, no, honey, I don't want you. And I see that that must be what you were trying to come after me for. You said that. You told me to come suck on your D. I didn't ask to come suck on it. I never said that to you. See how you lie? You said these things. The reason TC called you in tears and all of this stuff is because it was okay as long as people was calling me a liar, saying all types of things about me, sending letters to my house, piling on other stuff after that because they're all enraged. It was okay as long as TC was still looked at as a good person. But when VS, uh-huh, 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 when VS, just like God came in and you didn't have to go through what other cancer patients have had to go through, you were thankful. You probably cried a little bit. You probably rejoiced because that thing was hurting you. And I know somebody will say, well, you can't compare the two. Well, I'm just trying to let her know. You can't tell me what to rejoice about, just like I can't tell her what to rejoice about. Okay? Because I wasn't the one sitting there in that chair when the doctor gave you that news. Okay? That news, praise God, has never been, I've never had to sit knee to knee with a doctor giving me that information over my life. Okay? So I can only imagine how you must feel. Right? Yeah. Now I could simply say, well, it's a lot of people God didn't heal that from. There's some people who was just simply misdiagnosed because I know that that happens a lot in the medical field. You know how many people go around here? Doctors have told them that they had cancer and they really didn't. Yeah. Mhm. Mhm. It happens. Mhm. Sure do. So now back to the TC thing. When VS played that tape, that recording, that was not a personal message. See, that's how you lie. That's how you lie, Lolo. Okay? That was not a personal talk between VS and TC. Those were the only two voices you heard. And I clearly asked VS that. She said, "Oh no, this was not a private conversation." And you know why I asked her that? Was because someone else had already reached out to me. Somebody else had already talked to my lawyer. Mm-hmm. That Krista was not the first one to talk about there's something different going on down there. That this person actually said this theirself in one of their group things. So that's why I asked VS, was this a personal conversation or did others hear this? And VS simply said, yes, this was other, no, we were in, yeah, she's like, no, I didn't do no private conversation. I said, okay, thank you. The reason I teared up, and yeah, I do my videos from my phone. When I'm on StreamYard and stuff, it's right here on my phone. And if anybody else does this from their phone, they know the mute and the camera button is very close together. Very close. And sometimes I have to put on glasses because them things is them buttons is real little. And I was in the middle of crying and pushed the button and I see myself up on the screen. Didn't even see it at first. Okay. And yes, I was. I was trying to push the mute button because I was a little emotional. I didn't want y'all to see me crying. But I felt some kind of way because I was just rejoicing. Because I felt like people now know the truth. Okay. Now there's some who still say, I don't believe it. Well, that's your choice. That's your choice. But you know the truth. It ain't too many of us that's going to be out here. If somebody say, on the 4th of July, we all met up and we had barbecue. I said we. That means I was there too. That means that includes me. Okay. Or I would have said, oh, yeah, I've heard some people are like that. Or I heard some people went to the barbecue. But when I say we, I'm saying me too. I went there too. So when that lady spoke of that situation and she said, we, that's all, folks. That's all. So, yeah, what did she do? What's going to be next for her? What's going to be next for this coward? This coward that refused to come out here and say what it is or what's going on with their self. And how they should have given me a chance to say if that's something that I wanted to be bothered with. See, that's not something that just came up when she decided to show me, that it just said bling. Because if it was, or if that, maybe if that was a toy or something that she had put down there to play with herself with or something, then she could have simply said, no, I did open up, but that was my favorite toy down there. That's what she seen. You see how that go, Lolo? If I was lying, that's what that person would have did. They would have came out here and said something. And I know they would have came out here and said something. Because when her friend Miss T was having a situation and somebody had put out here that Miss T and that person had a little something going on, she hit that panel and said, that is not true. That is not true. She said it with her chest. Okay? What's the difference? You mean you can go and defend somebody else, but you won't defend yourself? Nah, somebody lying. So all them tears and stuff that I don't know if she cried it to you or not, because you're such a liar. You have no integrity with me. I don't believe anything that come out of your mouth, lady. But if you say that she called you and you didn't know if she was getting ready to go run, jump, and all of that stuff, Lo, no. Coming out here lying on me is not going to change that. That person felt that way, and you 53. You know how it go. You know how the game is played. Come on, sis. Come on, sis. You already know. That person felt like they were caught up in their mess. Because she said it already. But just for the record, I never called her that name. And if she wanted to run, jump, or whatever it is, that's only because she knows she was caught up in her bull crap. Okay? And the only thing I asked you to do was stop lying on me. So then when Ness gets you over there to the panel, now you want to flare up some more. And J. Don is telling you, no, that's not how that happened, Lo. Do not be saying that Krista just decided to come on here and go off on you and stuff. No, 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 that's not how it happened. Oh, well, so what? I inserted myself. So what? I said it. So what? And J. Don said, yeah, but she was telling you that was not the truth. This, so what? Well, I said it. So what? Too bad. It ain't so what? Too bad. No, it's not so what? Too bad. A real woman, instead of you sitting up there trying to impress Ness because you so happy that you getting ready to go on a trip, maybe at the age of 53, maybe instead of you out here buying expensive bras and expensive dresses for me, child, because if you paid a lot of money for that dress, girl, and you talking about I could have got do my wig come from Temu? No, they don't come from Temu. Remember, Temu ain't been around that long. And somebody said I've been having these wigs for over 10 years. You can't see y'all got to get your lives together if you're going to come out here. Okay? So, if you're going to buy a dress and a good bra and all of that and get your hair cut and stuff, for me, you could have took that money and put it to the use for something else. I wasn't impressed. I don't want to see you stand up. You look better sitting down in the chair. You telling me to stand up, that don't affect my life. I do it whatever I want to do when I want to do it. I don't have to come on here and stand up for you women. I can continue to let y'all go on with the myth that I can't stand, that I'm in a wheelchair and all of that stuff. Only thing I do is I send all that energy right back to you. You, your friends, and everybody that like you. And I tell God, whichever way he chooses to use that energy in your life to the people that means the most to you, go ahead and do so. Okay, see, you got to be careful what you speak out your mouth. And once you speak it and out of your mouth to me, onto my life, it's up to me to send that energy back to you. See, I won't accept it over here. Okay? See, God been good to me and my family over here. All right? See, we don't accept that over here. Hey, Hypnotic Touch. So that's what happened there, Lolo. Your friend only came crying to you out of guilt. So don't go around here lying on me. You sat there on Stomp Down's panel and just lied and lied, one lie after another lie. You were literally, see, that's why your eyes is rolling all up in your head and all of that stuff. You are literally looking up, stealing lies off the ceiling. Hey, Stomp, I am so sorry I missed your thing. I was out taking care of a couple of things, but I would love to come over whenever you would have me to tell you what happened, because the things that that lady was saying about me was negative. Things never went that way. Never went that way. Hi, Brandon. But we'll catch up tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Okay, I'm going to set my clock for you. Thank you, Stomp. I appreciate it. Thank you. And so that's what happened, Lola. I never just started with you. And then you started saying stuff about my mom. Now, if you didn't sit with this woman and discuss stuff, Lolo, I know she told you my mom was deceased. You felt it necessary to say whatever, to bring my mom into it. Then you were saying about my sister. My sister just came over a real bad sickness that this person was on the phone with me every time I talked to my sister. Before I talked to my sister, she talked with my nieces. She kept some of my YouTube friends updated on what was going on as far as my sister. And for you to come out here and say those things, for you and her to have conversation about me, that was low. And that's why, like I said, you and her, y'all got y'all mother. But when you look at me and when you hear my voice, pray to God when yours is no longer here. Pray to God that you're doing as well as I am. It's not a joking matter to lose your parents. I lost both of mine. And it took a lot. It took a lot of control. Yeah, it is sick. But you know what, Kendor? You know what I find crazy is that people hate me so much on here because of the way that I defend myself. Nobody said nothing to her about coming for my dead mom. Nobody said nothing to her. You know what they did? They went in and flagged my video. Why did my video need to be flagged? I, I wasn't cursing and stuff. That's what they went in there and did. You know why? Because they believe she's just a sweet woman. Thank you. Yeah, nobody said nothing to her. But I didn't see them out here in rage because somebody talked about somebody else's deceased mom. Oh, they the worst person in the world. Then she talked about my nieces and nephews. She said those things because, like I've told people on here, those my nieces and nephews are like my children. How a mother feel about her kids, what I could imagine a mom feels about her children. That's how I feel about my nieces and nephews. I love them and they love me. Hey, Lady Nika. Oh, thank you for becoming a member. I feel so honored. I feel so honored by all you guys that do that. Nobody said anything to her. But that's the one thing that crushed the hell out of me on today. To know that you and this person has sat there and talked about my mom being gone because y'all's is still here. It took a lot for me not to say more than what I wanted to say. But at the same time, hi, Corinne. That says a lot about you and that person. it further speaks on how evil you are. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Evil. She's an evil woman. That woman that called you on that phone, that you're out here trying to portray to people. Oh, I thought she was so upset. I thought she was going to run and jump. Why? Why? When so many of her friends and people out here care for her, they told her to come to their panels. She had more support out here than me. She had a lot of support out here. She could have came over there and just defended herself. But she knew it's a lie. She know what she didn't say it out here on these streets. Yeah. I'll save the rest for Stumps tomorrow. I don't want to say more than what I've already said. But I just wanted to address you, Lolo. Fix your life, sis. Fix your life. Again, I wanted to come out and really, really bash you. And when I tell you I was going to bash you, I was going to really bash you. She never mentioned anything about what you're talking about in her live stream this evening. Damn. Yeah. That's why it wasn't coming together for you, Stump. That's why you didn't understand, like, what, where we going with this? Because she just took a bunch of stuff, shook it up in the bag, and pulled out what she wanted to pull out. But that's okay. The truth is out there. Mm-hmm. I don't have no reason to lie on that lady. I don't. And again, even if I was calling her, I just told you, I said, well, since you and her is good friends, tell her to send you the proof that I was calling and calling and calling her. I never called and called and called her. I didn't call and call and call her when we were together. She would call me. Okay, Stomp. I'm gonna be quiet now so that yeah. So oh, and it's been 52 minutes, guys. Thank you for coming over and listening and watching. Thank you, Lady Nika, for becoming a member. I appreciate you so much. I love you guys. Remember, guys, pour into them that pour into you. Pray for them. Pray for everybody so that everybody is prayed for. Welcome everybody to the Potluck Lounge. And we'll further this conversation on tomorrow. Good night. Good night.